Hey, welcome back to UFOs Above Us. All right, we're going to look at another picture of the moon, and this one's got some very compelling evidence of a construction going on. We're going to focus on two areas, that crater there, and then this larger crater here, plus a little of the background of the picture itself. All right, let's start off with the small crater. I just want to draw your attention to the area where the shadows cast around caused by this rim, or so-called rim of the crater. And if you look at that shadow, some of the areas of it, especially this one here, corresponds to some of the rough areas on the outside of the rim. But what doesn't match up is this area right here. You see a really strong peak there, and the only structure that corresponds to it is that little white structure there. Does not match up to me at all. So it makes me wonder, the only way I'd see a peak that slender and tall is if there was some kind of a spire sticking up the top of that building. I can't see it, but the shadow certainly suggests there's something there that we can't see, because I don't think that structure would cause such a sharp spire or shadow cast. All right, let's move on to the main crater here. So look at these white raised areas, and I want you to kind of visualize if a meteor strikes the moon, how is the meteor going to cause areas like that? If you look at the impression made, they're very distinct, but there's one in particular that kind of gives it away. First, let's look at that large one. It's got that kind of area in the middle, which is odd. Look at this second one here. You can see the whole rim of it's raised up a little, very uniform, and then that white area, the upper half of it's got a very strong white area, whereas the rest is tan-colored regolith. How could that be from a meteor strike? Now, this is the one that's compelling. Look at the raised white area and then the kind of tan-colored area, but look at the buildings here. No one can tell me that these aren't buildings. Look at the construction techniques there. The whole area here in the bottom, in fact, if you look at it carefully, these are buildings. Look at this. Look at the rectangles. Look at the elevation. What in nature would cause elevated areas like this? Look at this one with this weird spire and then something sticking off to the side there. What would cause these? Look at the nice square there. I mean, just look at all these. I could go on and on. Look at the U-shaped one right here. That was interesting. So you've got a big column with a U on the top of it, and then kind of an X pattern there. And just looking overall at all of this area around this so-called craters, it looks man-made, or I guess I should say it looks intelligent design. So at this point, I think it's fair to say that we're not really looking at, just meteor strikes on the moon. Look at that right there. Isn't that interesting? Got some kind of a little something sticking up above a square-topped building. And if you look carefully, this just goes on and on. All of this looks very interesting. And so as I'm getting better with my photography here, it's getting more and more to the point where I'm going to be able to capture these. There's nothing stopping the evidence except the people viewing it. So I'd encourage people that are looking at these. I'm not trying to make money on this. I have no ulterior motives except the truth. So I'd encourage the government. People are ready to know the truth. Get off your hands and start releasing the evidence. So with that, I'll leave it to y'all to draw your own conclusions, but for UFOs Above Us, I encourage all of you, keep watching the skies. The answers are really up there.